folks, Steve here, and we are out here at Yellow Belly Yards, the 8th Mile drag strip in Dallas. Oldest outlaw track in the country, actually. Opened up in like 1955 or something. Pretty cool spot out here. It's a pretty vibing spot. I'm just out here by myself today, gonna make some passes in Goldie. We are not expecting to do anything very fast because this is not a great prepped track to do, to go for a number. What I would like to do is try to get the car to go down A to B as fast as possible, and really we're out here just headhunting. I'd like to just call out a couple of these just modern muscle car guys and just see if I can put some gaps on people, maybe surprise a few people out here. So that's the goal. Goldie's on the trailer right now, warming up. I'm gonna flash a tune into her to change the way that the target boost under certain throttle areas, so I can kind of lift a little bit and reduce power as needed, because it can get kind of slick at this track. So I got the radials aired down to about 13 psi, and that's kind of what we're doing here. I want to make all the power on the back end because I want to win, but I'm really going to work on the launch and power management to try to get this thing down the track, and I think we'll learn a thing or two. So one of the ways I'm going to be combating this lack of traction is going to be normally anything over 80% throttle, we're targeting our max boost. So if I lift slightly down to 90 or so, it would still be targeting this boost. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this, basically no boost under 70, and blend it up. And that's gonna give us just a little bit more throttle input, really. So if I were to lift off and bring it down quite a bit, we'd lose quite a bit of boost. Actually, that was a little aggressive. I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. So I'm gonna make some little adjustments, but you can kind of get the basic idea here. All right, so that was a 7.8 at 90 miles an hour. Again, we're not here to hit a number. I don't expect to do anything impressive time-wise. I definitely broke loose and had to get out of it and get back in it. And my FN 360 stopped recording before that pass, so I'm not gonna have any great footage of that race, which was a really good race. We were like neck and neck. He jumped ahead, I caught up. We were at the finish line like bumper to bumpers. But I think the changes I made were a little too aggressive because the car lost, I pulled off the throttle and it lost all the power, and it took forever to get the power back. So I'm probably just gonna go ahead and change it all back to the same target boost and just use throttle control alone and see how that does us. We're gonna make some adjustments, try to make it a little bit more aggressive on the throttle, on the boost control, or like the boost request, and hopefully just try to leave just a little better. All right, so what I've done now is I went ahead and, so I looked at my data log, saw we blew the tire off on the starting line. I really want to limit the area that the boost hits. I want to be higher. I want the boost to come in later so I can get the car rolling. And I don't have vehicle speed input on this thing, or gear input or anything like that, so I can't do boost by gear or anything like that. So what I'm doing to help is I'm now ramping the boost target up with RPM. So under 4,500 RPM, we're targeting much less boost. And then once it ramps up past that, it begins to progressively add boost as the RPMs get higher. So that way when we actually get to up where the shifting happens, when you get to red line and you shift and it comes down, like that step shouldn't drop the boost. But if I were to, but I think the only place that's really gonna change the actual boost that we're making is gonna be right off the hit. At least that's what I'm hoping. So that's what we're gonna be trying on this one. So I was just talking to the fella in that 350Z that we raced, and it has a supercharger on it. It's got like a Vortec or some kind of centrifugal supercharger on it. And that car makes some pretty good steam. So that was actually, I'm a little impressed that we even kept up with them that well, having spun. But I think if we can get one together, if we can get a good clean A to B, then we should be able to hit low sevens. And out here, that's pretty decent for, you know, most of these guys, most of the cars that are running. I gave the 350Z another run, and this time it was even worse than before. He puts buses on me. I'm spinning like crazy. So I give up on him. He's just got my number today. Let's try someone else then. So this guy I'm about to race is a Audi S3, and he's a 6A car on a good day, low 7 car out here usually. So most certainly he's gonna gap me, but they did just put some glue down on the track. So there is a little bit of hope for Goldie still. Hopefully she'll hook up and go A to B and we'll have a good race. But if I spin it all, like, it's a done deal. And I got the car turned up pretty good right now. So I hope it's still sticky by the time I get up there. Probably 2 or 3 matches ahead of me. And they just prepped it. So here's hoping I can hook up and give this Audi a run. Damn, y'all, I'm so amped about that win. Here's the thing. Yeah, it was just an Audi who runs low 7s. And at XRP or somewhere, I'd expect to be pretty competitive against that guy. But the track surface here is never good. And they did just put track down, or prep down, right before I went. So I'm talking to the guy, like figuring out what he normally runs. And he's like, usually like low 7.2s or so. And he's like, with good prep, I'll do a 680. I'm like, oh, I've never done a 680 before. And those little Volkswagen Audi cars are super fast. Like, it doesn't take a whole lot to make them really quick. And, you know, most guys out here know that. So I'm already like, okay, this guy's gonna gab me. But I'm hearing how quick he is, and I'm seeing him put the prep down. So I immediately jump on the laptop, turn my launch RPM right back up where it was, turned all my boost and launch boost and everything, basically set the car on kill within reason. And just prayed that the track was going to hold it, and it freaking did. And that was such an exhilarating race. And honestly, this is what Yellow Belly is so great for, is getting on the track knowing that anyone can freaking win, because the track is so hit or miss. It's like, you never know. Just because you're making less power doesn't mean you're going to lose, because the guy who makes more power very well could knock the tires off and be screwed. That car I was racing that is more powerful, is a faster car, and is all-wheel drive. And the Z barely squeaked him out. I mean, that guy flew past me at the finish line. He was way more powerful. And that is such an awesome feeling, to just get up, just know you're the underdog. I'm watching everyone at the starting line. Everyone's pointing over to his lane. And I'm just like, damn, I hope this works, dude. And when it works, damn, that's a good feeling. Just to come out and overcome the odds. And that's what the freaking old Goldie is all about, is being faster than you think he's going to be. And that was awesome, and I can't wait to do it again. Now, certainly the prep's going to start degrading now, and I'm going to have to turn the car back down, or it's going to be absolutely useless. But I'd still like to get out here and smoke some of ththese freaking Challenger RT 392 boys. I think I can give them Camaro SS's, 5.0 Mustangs, all a run for their money. That's really what I came here to do, is kind of just embarrass them. But being that little Audi made me so pumped. Okay, so I just got the hell out of Yellow Belly, and man, it was a whole ordeal. The crowd starts to show up in droves after like 8 p.m. And I mean, it is just a line of cars just coming and coming and coming. I ended up in a really tight spot to try to get my trailer out of, and I kind of recognized, I'm like, okay, I need to go while I maybe still can, because I was already really tight and people just kept funneling in. So I had started trying to back out and wiggle out of the spot, and these guys are trying to help me. And I'm just kind of following their instruction. And I noticed my trailer is really jacked over. And they're like, you're good, keep coming. I'm like, hold on, I'm not gonna hit the trailer. And they look, and he's like, it's already touching your bumper. I'm like, that place turns into literally like a nightclub once it starts to get late. And it's not bad, dude. It's honestly, it's really cool. Everyone is real nice, and like, I love the track. And I honestly would have stayed later if I didn't see my truck just gradually getting buried in this sea of cars. And so I kind of had to leave just while I had the opportunity. But anyway, Yellow Belly is freaking awesome. The taco trailer there is just the best tacos you can get. And I was just out there by myself today, just bullshitting with people, and it was a really good time. But overall, badass experience. Don't skip the tacos. That's all for this week. I'll see you guys next week.